Well, welcome to the ranting series. I'm just going to rant. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to rant. Got a couple topics I want to talk about that I think are very interesting. I keep seeing the headlines on how we're still continuing to bomb Iran, which is kind of insane to me because they said that we had all the military installations out already, and it's March 3rd, okay? Just so everybody knows, it's at noon. This is when I'm talking about it. But they said we had all the military installations already bombed and everything. And, you know, so why do, and he's like, oh, the worst is yet to come. Well, what else are we doing here? Like, are we gonna start bombing innocent people now? Or come on. What do you mean the worst is yet to come? You said you already got all the targets that you needed. And you told Iran to come up and grab your country, take your country. Well, you took out the dictator, you took out the leader. So what else are we bombing here? I don't quite understand that, but that's neither here nor there. And just listening to the news is just unreal nowadays. This Nancy Guthrie thing is really crazy too, and the fact that people find that acceptable that you can just grab footage off a Nest camera that has no subscriptions is just absolutely appalling to me as a citizen. Um, I think it was a little bit overstepping. And the same thing I feel about the black stick cameras that are all over the United States right now alongside roadways trying to track our movement. I feel I'm fully against them. I don't know if they're in your state or not, but they are in ours. It's disgusting to me that I can understand in some instances where you have Amber Alerts and other things like that, people that have done wrong things, but I just feel like that is overstepping. That we are just being watched. That the end times are near, even though I'm not a big Bible guy. It's just not a good situation, and the fact that you can buy a drone, your local, Staples, and strap a bomb to it and fly that bitch anywhere you wanna go is just we live in some very scary times, and if you're not scared, you better start being because, I work with AI on the daily basis with content creation, and, its capabilities are just absolutely insane, and then pair that with, the dynamics videos that you've seen from some of these colleges that build some of these AI robots, strap a gun to it. Just think about that. Think of the repercussions of that. Like, it could be very devastating. Very devastating. And how are you gonna stop that? Maybe a 12 gauge would be alright, but, I mean, we're gonna have to have EMP guns or something, like, how are you gonna stop that? You think about that, that gets in you unleash a couple of them robots and through a crowd of people, it's gonna be devastating, and I don't know if you heard about last week and, how the government was, negotiating with Claude, and they told Claude if they don't let them use it for warfare, by the end of that night that they were gonna find somebody else and not use Claude. And Claude denied, as far as I know. I think Claude actually let him go because the government was using Claude. And just recently, I started using Claude. It does a really good job on scripts. It does a lot of good job on a lot of facts and content that you didn't know about. Claude does a really good job. Claude's better than Chat GPT in my opinion, but that's a whole nother video in general. But I just want to focus on the war in this, and I just find it really disgusting that you know the Epstein files. I know a lot of people are, oh, there he goes, Epstein files. It's because he's doing. They were coming down on him pretty hard, and just you know, all of a sudden we're going to war. The writing's on the wall here, and the depositions of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were also earlier this week, which was very interesting. If I did something similar to that, I would be investigated by from law enforcement, and I would have to go to probably court and be in front of a jury, etc. The fact that these people can just get off is just appalling to me, and it's so sad. I wish I could have the same kind of treatment if I did something like that, but that's not going to happen. I just hate that, I see a lot of things from like Russia about the cancer research that's going on, the possibility of a cancer cure, and how China is taking a peek at. And I know you're all going to talk about the Will Smith video in the comments section if you do watch this, or if anybody watches this. I'd give a shit less. But I think the Will Smith thing is okay. All right, I get it. But a cure for cancer, if somebody's already dying and got days, weeks, months, years, sometimes it's worth the risk to roll that dice on and maybe get a cure. And they're claiming that it is a full cure, and so far everything I've read about it, it has been very positive and very good too. So there is that. I mean, so with that cure, I guess it's going to go to China to be trialed now, and then we'll see about if it ever makes it here. I mean, we're so dumb here in Indiana, though. Like, I hope Indiana doesn't make the decision or anything because we get paid off by Eli Lilly, so we can't even have weed. That's a whole nother video in itself. Like, it's insane to me. Our people that go into office just they say they're going to do this or that, and then they get in office and they don't do shit. They get paid off, and it's over, and they get to have a great big old nest egg, and you know do insider trading and everything else, and touch kids, and that's all acceptable. And meanwhile, we have to sit out here and we have to watch our P's and Q's and do everything lawfully. And heaven forbid we have a little time, but to smoke a joint here in Indiana. But you can go down to the bar and buy a $5 fucking beer right now. It's just insane to me. And taxation is another whole nother thing. And we're going to this war, and it's like we need to end taxation because taxation is theft. And you may not be against smoking or anything, okay? Or you may be against smoking, but it is not okay what they did to them people that smoke and how they tax that cigarette. That was not okay. We are taxed to death here in the States. And I personally, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm really sick and tired of it. I'm very lucky here in Indiana. I pay a low income tax of, or not income, a low property tax. I think I'm under 1,000 still. But my mother-in-law, she lives in Ohio, and she has, a very nice house. It's a log cabin, sits maybe on 4 or 5 acres, and she's paying over $10,000 a year, and that is not okay. She's almost retirement age too, and that is not okay. I don't give a. That's it's paid off. You cannot do that. That is unacceptable. And now we're going to war. We're going to the exact opposite direction, and it's sad. We think that Russia's the bad country, and that Russia does bad, but maybe it's us. And I don't know. I know we did. I think we did right saving the Irani people, and they've been wanting to kill us for years. And they said they were gonna. They threatened us, and we struck first. I get it. Okay, but for me, it's just, are we the overpowering superpower? I understand the Iran thing a little bit, okay, but it's just, is Russia really the bad guy? I mean, if they're curing cancer over there, and what is in Ukraine right now? Like there's all kinds of pharmaceutical there. Is that where he got the cancer cure? Is that why he went to Ukraine? Is he really that bad of a guy? Maybe that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I only know what the media feeds us here in the U.S. and that's the sucky part too. I don't even know. But war to me just doesn't fix anything. Killing innocent kids is doesn't fix anything. These old people are fighting it out while young kids die for no reason. For no reason. For oil. For oil. It's sad. But I really hope that we don't stay in this war, and we don't get involved in Cuba or Greenland or anything. Just lay low. And it's not looking that way, and I hate that. But you know what? A war brings economy and brings people together, and we are such a nation divided right now. It's it's so bad. We are such a nation divided. And hopefully, it's sad that something like this is what's going to have to happen to bring us together like that, and it's just disgusting. I just wish we could all get along and just grow in this world instead of just having wars in general. It's just sad to me. Uh, I wish all of our representatives the best. It's just I don't feel like we're just being led right now, and I'm not and I'm a Republican saying that. That's sad. Like, there's no way that I wanted to Kamala Harris. Trump's better than Kamala Harris. I mean, you didn't give us very many options to vote for. I could have voted for Libertarian, but I didn't want to waste my vote. I know people get mad at me for saying that are Libertarian too. I don't want to hear it. Anyways, hopefully this war ends soon. These tariffs are crazy too. That's a whole nother thing. You know, the Democrats and Republicans, they're all been documented very well about talking about tariffs for years too. So Biden wanted them, Hillary wanted them, but as soon as Trump wanted them, it's oh my god, you know. So fuck them, you know. I don't know what's right and what's wrong about the tariffs. All I know is the American people, we are strapped today, for instance, I'll give you an example. I bought butter today, $7.64 for a tub of butter. A tub of butter. I remember being a dollar or two when I was a kid. Like, come on. Like, when is enough going to be enough? You know, things keep skyrocketing, but wages are staying the same. And a war is just not the answer right now for America, in my opinion. Pieces.